Hey there! In today's video, I'm going to go over the 3 do's and 3 don'ts for your first DJ gig. I'm DJ Nicole Otero, professional DJ from NYC, and on this channel, I post a video every week to help aspiring and beginner DJs get started on their DJ journey. If you like what you see, click subscribe. If you stick around till the end of this video, I'll show you how you can get my top 10 tips that helped me my first year DJing. My first year, I was really busy. I had a gig at least once a week, and I was getting paid doing what I loved. And at the end of that year, I even got invited to DJ in Italy. So you don't want to miss those tips. So let's get started, DJ. What to do, number 1. Prepare your first hour of music. I want you to have a DJ set completely prepared for that first hour. You are going to be nervous for this first DJ gig. So for that first hour, you just want to have something that is totally prepared, just in case your nerves are so out of control. So I want you to have your first track and know what that first track is going to go to the second track. And then the second track, you know what's going to go into the third track. I want you to know what kind of transitions you're going to use. I want you to know when you're bringing it in, which phrase, which beat. I'm talking A to Z prepared, okay? What's the old saying? How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. Well, that's how I want you to treat this first hour of your first DJ gig. I know that I practice my butt off, okay? And that first hour was seamless. If you aren't that nervous, let's say you're 20 minutes into it and the party's rolling and you just want to start vibing, go ahead, go on with your bad self. But you have a fallback in case that doesn't happen. What you don't want to do is beat yourself up if you mess up. There are DJs like myself who have been DJing a really long time and much longer than me that still mess up. All right. So if there's an awkward silence or you train wreck, meaning your beat matching's not that smooth, or maybe you distort, all sorts of things could happen. If you're using the crossfader, you switch to the next track and you heard it in your headphones, but now it's not playing because your fader wasn't up. All sorts of things. Just keep it moving, okay? Because the truth of the matter is no one will really care. The truth is they're all just dancing or they're having a drink or they're eating and they're talking to each other and they're having a good time. So just recover quickly. What to do, number 2. Do invite your friends. If you are DJing at a lounge or a bar or a club, and not a private event. If you're doing a private event, it's not really your place to invite other people. But if you are DJing at a place that you can invite people, you definitely should, because you want to invite people who are going to spend money at the bar. Or if there's food, you want them to spend money on food. This way, you're bringing money to the venue. And if the venue sees that, oh, if I book this DJ, they're going to bring a crowd. If they see that you have the capability of bringing people to them who are going to spend money, then you become an investment for that venue. Club owner or the manager, they see you as dollar signs and they will keep booking you. So that is a definite do. You don't want to drink too much, or I actually recommend not drinking at all that first DJ gig. I understand you may want to do something to settle the nerves, or if that's the case, then keep it at 1. For me, I actually stopped drinking and just partying right before I started DJing. So it was a sober journey for me. But I realize most people do drink. But I've seen a lot of DJs who were really high up there in their career completely ruin their careers over drinking too much or partying too much at their gigs. So you don't want to be that person, especially at your first DJ gig. I definitely recommend either not drinking at all or just keeping it to 1. What to do, number 3. Do ask the venue what their DJ setup is. I know this may seem obvious, but there are lots of different setups now. It's not like the old days where it was just 2 turntables and a DJ mixer. And even if it was that's the, 2 turntables and a DJ mixer was the only setup there is, you would still want to find out, well, what kind of turntables do they have? What kind of DJ mixer do they have, right? Because there are all sorts of different types of DJ mixers. But today, we not only have different types of DJ mixers, we have CDJs, we have DJ controllers. So it's just a lot more complex and there's a lot more variety. So you want to make sure that you are ready to DJ on that. Let's say they have CDJs and maybe you've played on it once or twice, but you don't feel confident. I would ask the venue, hey, can I stop by, on off hours and just check it out? Can I practice? I just want to just see what you have. Most likely they will say yes. They'll think, oh, this is cool. This person wants to take initiative and they want to make sure, and you could just say something like, I just want to see what the levels are like. I want to make sure just, what the sound is like. They don't have to know that you haven't really DJed on CDJs before. Most venues will allow you to do so. If for whatever reason they do not, and they're not able to, and you really feel like, gosh, I don't know if I'm ready to do CDJs, and you don't know anyone else that you could use their CDJs to practice on, then ask, hey, is it okay if I bring my DJ controller? Can I plug into your system? And they'll probably say, yeah, sure, it's okay. So in that case, then you need to ask, how do I plug into your system, right? What kind of cables? Get those specifics because you want to be prepared with the right cables. If they don't have the cables, I would always bring backup just in case. And then you'll feel confident. What you don't want to do is be rude to people who ask you for requests. I know for myself, when I started, I was an underground deep house DJ. So one of my favorite residencies, it was in the meatpacking district in the early 2000s. It was a pretty exclusive venue. And we actually had a no request sign at the DJ booth. It was pretty awesome. I didn't have to worry about that. I mean, that was one of the luxuries of that venue. But let's face it, most places you are going to get 1, 2, 3 or more people who are going to come up totally happy, totally drunk and be like, do you have, and you're just going to want to roll your eyes because it's probably something completely opposite of what you feel like playing. Don't be rude to them, because they may say something to someone else. You never know who they are, to be honest with you. They could be the owner's sister or daughter or whatever. Like, you don't know who you're talking to. And in the end of the day, it's not good for business. Being rude is just not good for any business. So I'm sure a lot of you are feeling like, you're an artist, maybe some of you are learning to produce, you're already a musician, you've got a bit of a chip on your shoulder, whatever it is. I'm telling you to get rid of it. Be an artist, do what you do. But the answer that I give these people always, regardless of what I'm playing or where I'm playing, is if I have it, I'll play it. It's a wonderful answer to give people because they feel like, oh, she's going to check out and see if she has it, so if she has it, she'll play it. And if she doesn't play it, it's because she doesn't have it. It's not personal. It's not about you, right? So that would be my suggestion for requests. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. As promised, if you want those 10 tips that helped me my first year of DJing, just scroll down to the bottom of this video and there will be a link there where you can get those tips. I'm DJ Nicole Otero, professional DJ from NYC, and on this channel, I post a video every week to help aspiring and beginner DJs like you get started on their DJ journey. As always, if you like what you see, click subscribe. Well, I'll see you next week, DJ. Bye.